I don't think I am either. I have a lot of friends.
There you go.
All right, let's talk about the glutes. Yeah. Why are you turning red?
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Arms up.
Good. I got it.
You know you blush easily. Has anyone ever told you that?
Well, I have a skin condition.
Okay, but it looks like at times you flash red.
Yeah, I do.
You think that's your condition?
It depends. I'm kind of hot right now too. Now, like
You know,
It's like 45 degrees outside.
let
I
me just-
know.
outside,
I put my leather jacket back on.
I have leggings on.
I'm gonna tell you something
Under your
about.
pants?
Yes, I was cold this morning.
I'm gonna tell you something my mother told me.
And
I
then
think
that's
it's
how I work
important,
out when I run.
Is never say that
Never say what?
you feel hot.
Why?
Well, the proper term is I feel warm. It's
I-
just
Okay.
sounds better.
Okay.
Never, as a kid, Joe, never say you're hot. Never say you feel hot. Just say you feel warm.
My mom doesn't like a lot of things I say, so I think she picks and she chooses her battles.
All right, George, what is this muscle here?
It's the gluteus maximus.
Gluteus maximus.
How did you know?
She's very familiar.
Now, notice that it originates from the posterior aspect of the iliac crest, the sacrum, and all the way down to the coccyx. It inserts upon this band of connective tissue here. This is called the iliotibial tract. Okay. Now, when the gluteus max contracts, it extends the thigh at the hip. But generally, we use the gluteus max when we thrust. When we do, what's that exercise where you bend down like this?
Lunges.
Lunges, yeah, when you do lunges. In other words, when your thigh is already in the flexed position, and then you go to lunge forward, you go to stand.
Or when you do donkey kicks.
Show me, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, you like, I'm not going to really do it.
Because she was a
But you get
cheerleader.
down on the floor and you.
Yeah, yeah. In other words,
Yeah.
for power moves. Now,
That was a
you can,
weaving.
you can say, well, I extend the thigh when I walk. You do, but you're really not using the gluteus max. You're really using the gluteus max when the thigh is in the flex position, and then you go on to extend from there. So for lunges, for power moves. Or, for instance, if you're in a squatted position and you go on to stand up. Now, deep to the gluteus max, if we remove it, you see this other muscle, okay, that's coming off the lateral aspect of the ilium, and it's inserting upon the greater trochanter. Okay, it's part of it's cut away here, but this is the gluteus medius. Now, the gluteus medius is pulling here. Here's its insertion. It's pulling like this. So it's going to cause abduction of the thigh at the hip. So when you're doing jumping jacks and you spread your legs, that's the gluteus medius. When you do the jack part, bring them back together, that's your adductors and your gracilis. As far as innervation goes, the gluteus maximus is innervated by the inferior gluteal nerve, which comes off the sacral plexus, and the gluteus medius by the superior gluteal nerve that also comes off the sacral plexus. All right. Now, just as we have a group of muscles along the anterior aspect of the thigh, there's a group along the posterior aspect, and that's what we see here. These are called the hammies, or the hamstrings. Okay. Now, moving from medial to lateral, let's turn the light down and see this. Medial to lateral, okay? This muscle right here, semimembranosus. Lateral to it, right here, semitendinosus. the lateral most hamstring muscle here is the biceps femoris. So semimembranosus, semitendinosus, biceps femoris. Again, semimembranosus, semitendinosus, biceps femoris. And I'm going to give you a simple way to remember which one is the medial most. Semimembranosus begins with an M. It's the medial most. And then you simply have to remember the sequence. Membranosus, tendinosus, biceps femoris.
Oh my.
Oh my. Now, all three originate from the ischial tuberosity. Okay? Now, you probably understand that the biceps femoris has two heads, but for our purposes, and this is the long head, all three originate from the ischial tuberosity. They're all going to pass through the knee joint and insert upon the tibia. Now, the biceps femoris, which is the lateral most of the group, is going to attach to the lateral condyle of the tibia and the fibula head. The semimembranosus, which is the medial most of the group, is going to attach to the medial condyle of the tibia, and then the semitendinosus in between, kind of the medial aspect of the tibia, but not the condyle. Okay. These muscles are all innervated by the sciatic nerve, which runs along the posterior aspect of the lower extremity. Now, what do? They cross two joints. Remember, they originate from the pelvic bone, so they're going to extend the thigh at the hip, and then they're also going to flex the knee. It's the foot pop. It's the foot pop. So, for those of you who are fans of Bewitched, have y'all ever seen that sitcom on TV, maybe on
Nick at
It
night.
has
Nick
a
at Night or
listen.
something like that?
Doesn't it have a listen?
All right, the movie, right. Here's the typical
No,
scenario.
that's
Sam is the wife. She's a witch.
sorry.
But in this arrangement, Darren is trying to get her to play the role of a mortal. He
I
doesn't
missed
want to
two on
have her
here.
use her powers.
So I muted.
And so he'll come
You just
home
want
every
me to.
evening.
They're in the
Okay.
book
Sarah?
because I've
Focus.
sorry.
Okay. Try to focus. That's why we got you up here. Okay. So she'll come home every night, and Darren will open the door, and he'll say what?
Sam, I'm home.
Sam, I'm home. And what does she do?
She runs and kisses him.
She runs and gives him a kiss, and every time, if you watch the show, she does this. The foot pop. Okay? That's the function of the hamstrings. They extend at the thigh and flex at the knee. Now, here's an easy way to remember. This is a kind of a one of those memory tools, but it's based on cadence. How many people here were cheerleaders? Colin?
So, no, Sarah was like
I-
a really good
Sarah?
cheerleader.
So yeah, Sarah did it for the voodoo.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry,
It's a
Sarah.
little different.
What's that?
Dance team.
Okay, that's good enough. Anybody else?
Good
No.
enough.
Brittany? Okay. Emily? Okay. Abby?
Very briefly.
Okay,
I don't
all right.
want those.
Why briefly?
It was when I was
All right. Do y'all remember this cheer? 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. All
That was
4
on-
teams stand up and holler. Y'all remember that?
That was from like elementary school.
Something.
Okay,
I'm
you
blaming
remember
Sarah.
it then. All right, now there's another cheer. If you don't remember that one, do you remember this one? Big Apple, Little Apple, Susie Q.
No.
I've
Okay.
never heard that one.
All right.
R.
The cadence is the same.
R.
2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. Okay? 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. Okay? Big Apple, Little Apple, Susie Q. Okay, the cadence is the same.
So,
Does that help?
Where
I
are we
don't
going with
understand what we're
that?
putting here.
Semi-nubby, semi-tendy, biceps femoris.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay? Now, so if you're cheering, Sarah, okay? Semi-nubby, semi-tendy, biceps, femoris. Then you kick out the